Hi, it's Tamara from La La Land Crafts, here with the card making tutorial using the new image Marci with the water lily. I'll be doing some Copic colouring and then making a shaker card. So let's get started with some colouring. So to get us started, I've already pre-done my card base in white cardstock, measuring 10 inches by 6.5 inches and scored at 5 inches, and I've pre-cut some panels. This black panel is 6.25 by 4.75, and this gorgeous black and white cardstock is from the Life Documented pack, measuring 6 inches by 4.5 inches. Now I'm going to do a front panel for my shaker, measuring 5.5 by 4 inches, and I'm using the beautiful new flower wreath die just to cut out an opening for my shaker portion of the card. So I'm just going to place that in the center at the top, and we'll grab the die cutting machine. I wanted to show you how well this wreath die cuts out. So I've grabbed my Sizzix and I'm just running that through the die cutting machine. So we'll just take that off and you'll see what beautiful cutting that does. So I've got my front die panel for my shaker card, and I can save this one for another project. So I've already pre-glued the black cardstock to stick on my card base. So we'll get that stuck down, just making sure it's lined up so you've got that beautiful white border around the outside. So just give that a good press. And that is lined up perfectly. So we'll just grab our black and white cardstock from the Life Documented pack, and we'll just pop some glue on the back. So you'll see that there's double-sided, so even this side would most probably work well with this card, but we'll just go in with the floral pattern on the front for this project. So we'll get that stuck down, and again you'll just get that beautiful black border around. So either way you could put it, but I thought I'll just give it a flip and use it this way. And that looks like it's well lined up, so we'll give that a good press down and set that aside to dry. So I'll be using the white wreath for the shaker part, but we'll just organize the shaker section now. So I've grabbed some double-sided adhesive tape. I find this works really well for me when I'm using the plastic, because I can sometimes get a little bit messy with the liquid adhesive, as you'll see later, when I'm applying that with the plastic sheeting. So make sure you give a good amount of adhesive all the way around so that the plastic sticks really well, and that way it won't move once you've got your shaker pieces in there. So just pull off that release paper, and the plastic measures 3 3/4 by 3.5, but you just can use anything that will fit that opening. So I've grabbed my reversible tweezers to hold this, because it is quite an intricate die in places, and I'm just putting a small amount of adhesive on all the parts that will fit. So just get a small amount on those little intricate parts. Don't want to put too much because it will squeeze out. You'll see shortly that I do get a bit that squeezes out once I've placed this down, but thankfully it was right up the top and I'm able to clean that up. So I'll show you how I do that in a moment, but you can just see that glue squeezing out where I've kind of placed that in up the top. So just make sure that that's really well stuck down by giving it a good press and it all fits in place. So I've just grabbed some wipes, you can just use baby wipes or whatever you've got, and I just give it a really gentle wipe with the baby wipe, and that seems to remove any of that liquid adhesive, and it doesn't show up on your plastic panel once that's dried. So I've grabbed my foam tape. Now with shakers, I like my shakers to really shake about and not get caught. So I always double up on the foam tape. So you want to make sure you have enough foam tape to get a nice perfect border, so no bits of your shaker can actually get caught or fall through once that's all attached. So I'm just doubling up. I've sped up this a little bit because I'm sure you know what to do in this regard, but I wanted to show you how easy this comes together. But you can see I've missed a little bit there, so I've just popped a little bit on the end because I cut it a little bit too short, but you can always fix that. So we'll get another piece on top of that one and attach that, and we'll do the final side with the two pieces. So just kind of, you can eyeball it or you can measure it out, so whichever suits your card making ways. So we'll put that final bit down, and that's that done. I've just grabbed some thicker foam tape to make sure we can prop up the bottom. So I'm just putting a good strip along the bottom, and of course it's doubled up at the top, so we've got to double it up down the bottom as well. So we'll just measure that and pop that on top, making sure you kind of line that up. And then I'll just put an extra 2 bits just under there so that the whole panel is fully supported and it travels well if and when you post it. So I was just going to pop one in the middle, but I was a bit worried it could press down on either side, so I've just put 2 on either side, and that should hold that really nicely on the front of the card. So we'll put the second layer on top of those. And I've got the second one there. And then I always like to put some anti-static powder around inside the actual shaker part. That will just ensure your shaker pieces don't stick to your 3D foam once they've gone in. So I just find this works really well to make sure they stay free. So I've got my shaker pieces ready to go, so I'm just popping them roughly where I want them in the center of the card front, because I'll be placing the panel right on top of this. So just make sure that it's not too high up, kind of just spread them out to ensure that they'll fit that shaker section. I've taken off all the release paper, and we'll just line that up into the center of the card front. Check that that's all even on all sides. And then once we're sure that it is, we'll give that a press down, and your shaker is ready to go. So I'll give it a shake and you'll see how well those shaker pieces move. I've pre-stamped my sentiment. I'll be using the Wishing You a Day Fit for a Princess sentiment, but there is also another sentiment with this set called Create Your Own Fairy Tale. So I've grabbed out my Sizzix again and just going to run that through the die cutting machine. And I'll pull that out, and you've just got a perfect sentiment. Now we need to place all our elements on the front of our card, so I'm just going to roughly place where I'm wanting everything to sit, make sure I'm happy with that before I glue everything down. So I'm going to place the sentiment down first. So I've just put some liquid adhesive on, grab my reversible tweezers, and just make sure that's lined up in that bottom corner I thought looked really good. So just make sure that's perfectly straight and give that a press. Now we want to add Marci to the front left. Now there are some sections that are over that plastic, so I like not to put any glue on that just because I'm worried I'll let it squeeze out. But obviously there is a portion that is hanging off the side of where the shaker is. So there's double foam tape in the shaker, so we've got to put double foam tape just on that edge where Marci is going to be sitting over the shaker side. So I'm just doubling up on the foam and make sure that will hold, which it will, just perfectly there. And just make sure we're going to have her sitting where we want, and we'll get some release paper off and some glue on the other portions of her that will be sitting against the cardstock. So that looks good, though I think there will be a little bit that's needed on the flower as well. So we'll put that on, give it a little bit more on the flower, and just get everything out of my way, which I should do. I'm being a dirty crafter. And we'll get that secured down, making sure to press down the 3D foam and then just give Marci a gentle press. Now I wanted to add a little bit more bling to the front of my card, so I thought it'd be perfect using some of those shaker pieces on the front of the card. So I've grabbed my quick stick pickup tool and my glossy accents to place that around the card front. Now I have a bit of clumsy fingers, so you'll see me kind of struggling here a little bit trying to pick these little bits up. So I do like to use the end piece of the pickup tool just to push that in place. I find that works better. And now you'll see what I should have done initially was place out where I want everything, but I was running ahead of my brain and just getting things stuck down. So I'm organizing placement of these now. You'll see me flicking my fingers around, showing you how clumsy I'm being, trying to attempt to put these to the front of the card. So we'll place those around the card front. You'll see me wiggling that in place. So just be careful you don't wiggle too much and smush that glossy accents around. So we'll just keep popping that on there, using that pickup tool as best I can. If you've got smaller fingers or you're a bit more nimble with your fingers than I am, you might not even need the pickup tool to do this, but I do find that most of the time it does help me, though I do appear to be really struggling in this video. So I hope you're enjoying my struggles. So my card is done. Marci is so fun to colour, and I think she looks amazing with the black hair and that gorgeous hot pink dress. I think it works perfectly against the black and white cardstock, and the flower wreath against the black cardstock in the white looks so crisp and clean. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the like button and leave a comment. And if you want to check out any other videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.